Hey, Don here. Okay, so we're back again. Going to do Fedora 25. Make compiz, make desktop. Compiz is like the effects, that's what they call it. 64-bit, and put it on the Dell 1525 laptop over here. I'm going to have to start out. Well, hopefully I'm going to just start out aiming at the screen like I've been doing with the camera. And then I'm going to try again one more time to install VNC Remote Desktop and get it up and running. This time it's made. Last time I tried it, I was on Cinnamon Desktop, and I was able to find and install the control app, Krfb, it's KTU GUI Remote Desktop Control App, but it didn't. I thought it was installing a VNC app. It said Live VNC, and I thought, well, okay, that's all I need. But it wasn't running any VNC. So there's actually not much showing up in the DNF repos. I don't think. I guess I could try installing RPM, the RPM distros, and maybe. But I don't think everything's off in there. I think that. What I think is I can't remember how to, you have to set, I didn't like DNF at all at first. Nothing was showing up in it. And I started using Yum. Let me get on my desktop here and I'll explain what I'm talking about. On my Fedora 23 system, when I set up, that was, I believe, the first year they had started with DNF, or it was the first one that I used. And so Yum Extender DNF, well, I didn't like it because I couldn't find any apps. And I looked in the other app manager, Apper, and it was all there, So I was like, what's going on? So I just started using Dumb Extender, and I just keep using it. And what it'll do is it will, I got to put in my password now. I could say no, but it won't hurt one way or the other. Anyway, I like the layout. I like the way everything works. And I guess it actually defaults. It's only showing updates, but if you do a search, it'll do, like if I do VNC, I'll just show what it is I was trying to do right here for a minute before I do it. I worked in Debian. I did it in Debian Live, and it worked just fine, no problems. Except for then when I started fiddling around with I wasn't going to install it, but I was just looking through the install setup, and the machine locked up. But I kind of think it might have been because I clicked on take a screenshot. There's a little button in there that says take a screenshot, and I think I've done that before a few times, and it did that, locked up the machine. So then again, it could have just been for some other reason, because I noticed that in Fedora 25 and in Debian 8.7, I was seeing different errors coming up on this Dell 1525 laptop. So it's getting a little bit old. It may just be that I may even have to run an older distro on it. But okay, here's what all's available. See, and when that is with RPM Fusion or whatever they call the other distros in there. Now I'm going to click on installed. This is what I have installed on my Fedora 23 system, and the Tiger VNC Server Minimal is what I use. That's the only server I believe I have in here. And it worked. I tried it out with that app, the Krfb app. There's Krfb. I'll just open it up so you can see it. Well, actually, I may have wished I hadn't done that. I think it shows your password right in the front of it, but almost acts like it's not going to come up. It'll probably take a while. So anyway, that's what I'm going to go do, but of course it'll be a little blurry and it'll be coming from the camera. I'll just switch, and if that comes up, if that ever does come up, let's see. Here's what you can do, and I like this system monitor. Okay, it's not running right now. It ran the other day, so I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it right now as long as it doesn't cause my system any trouble. What I'm going to do is go over here to camera 2. I already have my USB stick plugged in over here. You can always see me reflection in that shiny monitor, shiny screen, laptop screen, what people usually call them. Still a monitor. Anyway, I already have it plugged in. It's got Fedora 2564-bit with the Mate desktop. And the previous video to this one shows step by step how to go find it. The easiest way to do it is use the Fedora app that they tell you to use. But I started out and kind of went through the web page, showed where to go to download it if you want to download it, the files, and keep them like I do, and also how to use the app to put it on. I used the app to put it on the stick. I just used one that I already had downloaded. If I remember, yeah, that's what I did to save time. Okay, so I'm going to boot it up. There's the screen it comes up to, and you can, I keep using my wrong keyboard. I use my wireless keyboard up on the, I'm not switch. I can switch with my VM switch. I can switch over there, and that's actually what I'm going to do in a second. But right now, anyway, the bottom one, or not the bottom one, the middle one says test this media. I'm always trying to get in a hurry because previously they would always time out and go run that test, and if you don't hurry up and answer it, and use your up and down arrow keys to select something. Troubleshooting, you could do that if you had trouble. But so what I'm going to do is just go ahead. I went up to the top, Fedora. That says start Fedora mate compiz live 25. So I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to get my. I have a KVM switch, and I can switch over to that machine and control it with my regular USB mouse and keyboard because it's easier for me. It's the one I'm used to. I have that wireless one plugged in just for kind of a fail-safe for situations like that when I forget to do everything that I need to do. I do kind of need to check my live stream, but let's see. Well, I saw that it was working. What I don't remember now is, did I leave that machine? I want to show this booting up, and it should be showing it. There's a few errors here and there. Okay, it stopped like that. Now, this time it did like it should, and it didn't go black. It's been going black on me. Well, that was with that Cinnamon desktop. So in Mate, you see it, and now usually they'll automatically boot into live user, but it doesn't seem to do that. So click on login. Thing is I've seen more than once, if you click on login like that, it's actually in the middle of timing out, and it causes things like this right here to happen. This happens every time I boot it up with this desktop, and it's kind of odd because it's actually working in my monitor over here this time. Usually I have to set it. Oh, I see. It's the regular wide screen on the laptop, but it's cutting off part of it on my big monitor. I think I'm going to try leaving it like that if I can. No, I don't think I'll be able to work. I'll probably have to change that, but before I get going, I want to go make sure that I am live and nationwide here because I don't know. I know at the very beginning there I was working, but you always kind of have to keep looking back. Okay, that's the camera. Well, I'll just go to the desktop and switch back. Yeah, okay, I left it like that. Everything's good. I didn't ever pause it. So see, I'd have been, oh no, I did pause it. So it might not have used up all my memory, but well, it's not doing great. See, not bad, but it's using some processing power that I don't need to be using up. I'm going to close the browser this time. It doesn't take that long to open the browser back up. That's what I did yesterday. That allowed me to stream for as long as I wanted to without any trouble. I can't run all that at once. Now, I've been trying to remember to put a note in there saying if people want, there was one guy that came twice in the last few days, and he was trying to, chat with me, and I wasn't there. So I finally left a message saying, I can't leave it running. It used up all my memory, and he came back and said, oh, okay. So, but anyway, I'm not going to open it back up this time. Nobody may never get in there. It's only been that guy and one other guy and all the different live videos I've done that's ever said anything to me. I know there's a few people. I get a few views, but not many. But anyway, this one's going to mostly write. Well, I mean, anybody that wants to see it, of course, but there's an old friend, an old neighbor that I want to kind of help him learn how to do this because he's getting ready he needs to do it to a machine. He's got an old Windows Vista machine he needs to put Linux on so he can still use it. So back to cameras 1 and 2. There's me and my laptop. Okay, laptop. Okay. That's not a damaged screen. That's just a reflection. Well, when I'm looking at it, it doesn't look like that. So good. That's good. Just so I'd throw that in there. I don't know. Actually, I don't know why it's looking like that on there. Makes you wonder if that's not a spot on the lens. I don't believe. I clean them all the time, but that doesn't look like anything that could be. I don't know. Yeah, it's possible, but anyway. I think it's a reflection. Oh, yeah, it's a reflection. See, it didn't show up on that my handle I stuck in there. Okay, so now I got to switch over on my KVM switch. So now I can't tell what's going on with the stream. I'm just working on the banging into the microphone, working on the laptop. All right, now. Yeah, there's no way that I can really see good enough to. I can't see all of the screen this way. It's got two different sizes, and it's cut off on the monitor and full screen on the laptop. It'd be nice if I could leave it like that, because then it would look, better. But I won't be able to do anything, I don't believe. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to go to Yum Extender DNF. That's the only. Oops, that's not what I meant to do right now. Yeah, it's not all in there. I wouldn't be able to work. Okay, what I meant to go is to find the monitor settings. There it is. Hardware, displays. Okay, now I'm going to say same in all monitors. Yeah, okay. Apply. And I don't believe keep it. Yeah, that's the biggest you can make it. So, and you can't make, that's square, that's not wide, but it's okay. That'll work. At least now I can see everything. That makes everything fit in both monitors. So that's the resolution I usually always use on this laptop anyway, because when I use it, I usually just use it to watch videos over on my TV, and I have an old CRT TV, very old 80s TV. Got a nice monitor. It's 23-inch widescreen, flat LCD monitor, but I don't have a good TV. I got to where I just watch everything on the computer now anyway. Getting to where I can't see. Everything's too small on that TV over there, because it's, it's kind of, the top and the bottom is black, and then it's wide, and so everything's smaller. And it didn't used to bother me much, but now I can't really see the people that well. So, can I look in the settings? Yeah, let's see. Preferences. Okay, I'm going to look in the preferences and see if there's some, I don't know, maybe it won't come up while it's doing it's downloading the repository data right now. Show in toolbar. I keep thinking there is not enough stuff showing. Show newest only. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure I remember that you don't want to do that, because then you'll see all the different versions of the same app. Repositories. Cisco. What is Cisco? From Cisco. I guess it wouldn't hurt, but updates, testing. I have used those before. You know what? I want to see if there's any more stuff I can get, because I'm not seeing the apps I normally see in Fedora. I don't think that's it either. That's all I see, though, to change. So, okay, it's checking the repositories again. There we go. We'll see. Normally, I don't really run updates testing, just updates, in the normal everyday system. Boy, got a bunch of allergy now. Okay, so what I want is go to VNC. Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, there's only one VNC app. Let's see if I know what app I want. Let's see. There it is, Vino. Okay, this is the app I want. I want Vino. That is a VNC server for Geno. Okay, now this is the one I put on Debane last time, and I want KRFB. I don't know why it's not coming up like it, by just searching in general. KRFB. I think that will probably get installed. No, KRFB libs will probably, but let's just say just do KRFB, because I don't think I did that last time. I picked the right one for your, you know, this is 64-bit, so i686 would be for 32-bit. x86 64 is for 64-bit. So now that'll install both of those. That's a long enough list of Vino, KRFB. Yeah, see, it's going to do KRFB libs, libv server, all this junk. There's quite a few little, but it's nothing really big though. See, it's all in the kilobytes range. Not a single one of them that even says megabyte. So, well, there's one at the bottom. I just saw that right before I clicked on it. Okay, it's 17 megabytes. No big deal. 3 gig of RAM. You know, this is all going to. This is in a live system, so it's all going into your RAM. So if you ever do this in a live system, if you get too happy with all this installing, then you will lock the system up. And it's got to be able to run long enough to and have enough memory to do all the installation work too. You know. So if you had like a gig of RAM, you might not want to try something like this, or less, you know. I used to do it on, you know, a gig of RAM or whatever, and do different things. But you know, if you're going along and you're really trying to seriously get something done, and all of a sudden it crashes, you know, locks up, crashes, reboot, either locks up or shuts down or whatever, then you'll be upset. And I don't know if this is going to happen here in Cinnamon. I only got one chance at running any installs, and then it got errors. I couldn't install anything else. They work, no errors or anything. I'm going to leave that Yum Extender running for right now in case I do. Maybe if I don't shut it down. And the last time in Cinnamon, I opened up Firefox and closed it, and then it kept saying it was running, but it wasn't. So both of them are not real happy with Fedora. The Fedora 25 is not real happy with I'm just using my keyboard. KRFB, it's not real happy with this Dell 1525 laptop. Okay, now this is the app. Now there's my IP address, and it gives you a password auto-generated. I'm going to put one in there so that I don't have to click OK on the machine to accept the connection. You can just do whatever you want with this. If you only use it, and you can change that password, hit edit and change that. I've been making videos all day, and I'm starting to better get a cough drop. I'm starting to run out of voice. I've been wanting to get this done, and I've had so much trouble trying to get my VNC to work. I wanted to do VNC so I'd have a nice clear video. But everything's just wearing out on me now, voice and everything. All right, should be up and running. And I didn't have to set anything or do anything. I just left that up and running. Oh, KTU Wallet. I didn't do that last time, but I'm going to do it this time. Let's see. That way it will be working. Okay, leave that up. And I believe my routers should already be forwarded. I'm going through 3 routers. I think it's already going to be set up right now to forward over to this machine. Okay, now if I can connect from over here, I can make a nice clear video of my install work. I don't know if my forwarding's not set up right or what. I did change a setting in the router. Let's go back over there. Look in the, let's make sure I actually Maybe I need to go in the terminal and start Vino or something. That's how I did it last time. I didn't have to do any extra stuff. Still going to leave that up for now, as long as I'm not overwhelming the machine. The size is not exactly right. I see there's a little bit missing over there. Yeah, you get a lot of tabs the first time you open up Firefox in this. Okay, now that's the router this one's on. And it'll keep on logging you back out every time. Okay, let's see what's on. What's what on here? 10.101. That's the only static IP address that's given out. Hopefully that's right. And 10.102 is the machine I'm on right now, localhost live. And I believe that's where everything's pointing. Access. Virtual server. VNC. 10.102. So that's already set up. This time I'm going to leave it. And yeah, okay, so that's good. So it might be the other router. And then what's the IP address of this router? I believe it's going to be 10 coming from 1.100. Yeah, that's the WAN. .1. Okay. I was thinking I had to point it to 10.100 though. This one's IP address is 10.1. Okay. But I think there's a 10.100. Let's go see what we're pointed at. I think it's going to be 10.100. Oh no, it'll be pointed at whatever IP address it's gotten over there in the link sys. Okay. I'm going to try and now back to my OBS Studio camera switcher. I can't really hold up. I'm going to pick up this handheld camera, unplug it. Now, this machine over here, that's my server, and it is plugged into that Linksys. And here's my KV switch down there that I'm always talking about. I'm using this long handle thing to be usually I just use that pencil down there, but with my mic in the way I can't lean up good. Okay. Now, server's already running, so if I don't know how well I can do this, but I'll try for a little. I'll probably have to put it down when I really get serious about typing or anything. But this is a Celeron D 2.4 or something gigahertz. It's in the Pentium 4 class agent machine. Makes a good server, but you can't really surf the internet with it or anything. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to lay this down for a minute. I can't type like that. Okay, had to remember the password. Couldn't remember it. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to be getting into and what I should be showing here. So let's just let you look at the laptop until I'm sure if it's something I want to show. Okay. But this one should be forwarding. Okay. Yeah, it's going to .100 like I thought. What I need to do is go to, I'll go back one more time. I need to make sure the IP address of of that router over there is what I think it is. Yep. 1.100. 101. Okay, I mean triple check. I didn't remember to look. Okay, so I think I'm good there. So, I got worried about what I'll be showing to people who might want to hack into my network. Okay. So, get everything back. I have to leave these phones plugged into the chargers or this app will run them down real fast. I can unplug it there for a little while. I mean, I could do it for about 10 minutes, but I'll forget, you know. Okay, so one thing I need to make sure I know now is what's the IP address going from this machine. Everything checks out going from the laptop to the router 3 to router 2. Now let's see if router 1. I'm sure I'm trying to go to the right. Oh, before I do that, let's make sure I have any VNC app up and running. Maybe I don't. I keep forgetting to check that. I may have all my routers just set up just right, and I don't have any VNC app up and running. Yeah, looks like some things are. Oh, I know what happened when those errors. The mate desktop's not working perfectly. So I need to go mate system monitor. I don't have all my different desktops, but that's all right. System, see, release 25, 64-bit, tells you the kernel version, mate, its version, memory 2.9 gigabyte. The rest of it's being used for video memory, about 348 or whatever megabytes. Core 2 Duo 2 gigahertz. And then the available disk space, that's how much is in the live system. Okay, now then. Nope, no VNC. Okay, so that's what I got to get going. I don't think you can start these VNC apps from a GUI, but let's look and see. The server, I mean. There's not a services app on here, is there? Used to be a services app that came with Genome anyway, with Fedora, and you could start and stop all services. So you've got startup applications, preferred applications. So you don't have services. So I guess you'd have to find out the name of that app and install it. I really used to, well, I don't use it as much as I used to, but it's really handy when you need it. But what I can do, open up a terminal and say, no, you have to run those long commands that I looked up the other day. Let me try another way then. Oh man, yeah, I remember. What was that? There's a specific command that'll start up your. Well, let's try this. Since I still have Yum running, let's say. Here's that. Oh, let's Tiger. See if that comes up. Okay, there's Tiger VNC. Now, some of it's already installed. See, that's already there. See if I could. I'm gonna close that router. I don't think I need it right now. There we go. Config. There's some commands. I don't want all that junk coming up there. It doesn't look like what I'm looking for though. So that's already on there. Well, there's some of those commands, I think. Yeah, it used to start the server. So if I can get that one started. Then I might be all right. I did this for hours the other day. I did it on a video. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? VNC server. Huh. Okay. Maybe I don't have enough stuff. Okay, it already has that, but I'm just going to try the whole thing. And I'll go ahead and get that little GUI app. Yeah, the search is not working like it should. Or maybe some options in the search. It's not working like it should for me. Maybe it's working the way then. Tiger VNC server module. I'm going to install them all. I've had them all. My Fedora 23, all it has is those two that are red there that need updating, and they worked. Let's see if it'll work. See if it'll give errors or what. Just a little bit more stuff. It might not have been starting because I didn't have enough of it installed, but it's already up and running on my Fedora 23, and I never did anything to make it run. It's just I don't even think I installed it. I could try the okay, now it's working, so that's what I needed to do. Do you want to enter a password? View only password. I'm just going to say no. Okay, so I installed everything for Tiger VNC server. Now this still, that wasn't enough to get me up and going before. So I think this is still going to be what I need. I don't know if that's, I'll just leave everything like it is for right now. I don't see it though. I don't see it showing up that it's running. So it still may not be running. Okay, I don't think it's running. Now I had to go down and run some other commands. I got it running before, but it wouldn't. Still couldn't connect to it. Since I already have that running, I don't know if closing it and opening it would. Okay, there's. Yeah. Okay. So I guess I better go try it before I try too hard to fix it. It might not be broke. But I don't see it in there. How am I doing on my memory and everything? Yeah, it's still fine. Wait a minute. Am I using 2.3 gig of 2.9 gig? Yeah, I believe I am. So yeah, see, I'm getting on up there. It's on getting close to lockup time. Too much stuff going on here because I keep experimenting trying to make things work. If it does, I'll have to. These aren't those commands. It doesn't look like, oh, X startup script, run a custom script. Okay, let's just go try it. It doesn't look like it's running though. End up with two of them running or something. Okay. Go ahead and get on my desktop on this machine. Oh, this whole time I've been on my desktop. I kind of kept having a feeling I might have done something like that, but I didn't know it. Sorry. You've been sitting there looking at that white screen this whole time. Dadgummit. And it's still not working. Well, I'm pretty sure, unless I've got myself turned around, that I'm going to the right address. Oh yeah, let me go look at my, go with my router and make darn sure it's pointing the right way. I don't think I have a server running though. While I'm going in here, let's see, yeah, I'm on desktop this time and that's where I want to be. While I'm here, I'll go ahead and go to my live page first. Well, even though I messed up, you wouldn't have been able to read any of that stuff. You just have to go by what I was saying anyway. So it's what happens when you're doing live videos and trying to be all fancy and everything, switching around. It's what happens to me anyway. History. Sometimes I've been doing pretty good the last several videos, but finally had one where I messed up. All right, let's see what's going with my live stream. Make sure it's live. And yep, it's live. Okay, now. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I'm a bit confused. Maybe that's why I can't get there. I do not have the VNC port going to 101. Well, that shouldn't matter, should it? The thing I have is port 80, but that's all, that's to automatically forward that port. Let me leave that like it is for now. Maybe that's the reason I can't get, because I have been able to get from my when I go to my Windows 7 machine, I can go from it to the laptop. I've done that yesterday. But when I try to go from this machine to the laptop through, maybe that's it. I need to set up a virtual server going over to, doesn't make sense though. Yeah, that whole thing is just so that when the internet connection comes in from the internet, it can get to my server on the other router, because it's not, my server's not on this router for a couple of reasons. I won't go off into all that, but so maybe that's the problem. Okay, so go back over here. I'm going to check something that I don't want to show. I don't remember if I want to show it or not. Okay. Okay, that's what I thought. What the heck is that? I see something in my client, DHCP client list that I don't recognize. That's always something you want to see, isn't it? I'm checking into it. Let's see. I think this is just a sidetrack. I don't think it's something to worry about, but it could be. I think I know what it probably is. It says desktop, but it's probably a laptop. Okay, so yeah, I thought, well, sometimes, you know, you can just go to something, and I'll show the IP address. See, it's not going anywhere. And let's just check on that and see what that might be. Oh, this is not the one. This is the app that takes a lot of a lot of work. I forgot. This would show things I wouldn't want to show. It's not the one I was looking for. Can't remember what's what because I haven't needed to do it in a while. Oh, yeah. That kind of tells you everything that's connected to your machine. Pretty wild, pretty cool. After it runs a while, it'll kind of tell you all the little connections. It's not really what I was looking for either. Okay. Yeah. This is a bit of a sidetrack, but I really want to know what's going on with that. I may not have the app that I used to use all the time on this machine. It's doing some goofy stuff. I don't think you can. I just wanted to trace that port and see what it was, see what kind of information, what it said the machine was. This is, see, it's showing your internet connections and everything, this one here, which is cool. It's really good. That big green thing, I can't read anything inside that green deal, so it doesn't help me much. Need to change the colors for me to be able to read it, but stop it. It can be interesting, but it's not what I was looking for. I don't think that's what I'd want. Let's see. No, that's something else. Can't remember the name of the app. Let's look in here. There's a few that weren't coming up, so. I don't know if that's it or not. I think this is one that I never really got going. It's not the one I wanted either. Oh, that's the one I already looked at. I haven't really. Usually the only thing I want to trace back is stuff, spam and junk I get on the internet, not local stuff, so. I don't think I have what I really need. See, that's a bunch of education, electronics, of course, games. I only have one that I haven't opened that up so long. Even if it'll open up in here, you have to have the right graphics support for it. But see, I like to have a lot of different types of apps. So this install is not an install yet, is it? I guess I'll just figure out what I'm going to do with. Guess I will do that later on my own time, huh? Okay, so I'll figure out what I'm going to do about. Let's see. Just back over here like this. Give another look to what I was looking at. Okay. Well, I have that. I have a screenshot of what I'll need to know. I just don't recognize the name of that. What I see there as a client. But we do have one new laptop in the house, so that might be it, and I just never looked. Might be it exactly. Okay, so yeah, you can't tell. You can't differentiate. I was wondering if you could differentiate between wireless and wired clients, DHCP clients, but no, can't. Okay, so really thought I had one of those apps on here. I guess that was my old machine. My machine's still, I guess that's what I've been doing. I've been opening it up and using it because it's got 3 or 4 of those apps on it. It may not be I probably just didn't bother to try and find them. Okay, I'll get out of all that. Okay, so it wasn't changed yet like I thought it was going to. Okay, so back to business at hand. I do not think the VNC server is even running. Let's go back to my remote. I just thought I'd try that IP address. I know that's not it. That's not my laptop that I'm trying to connect to. But I thought, why not just try it and see? Yeah. As I saw its name, its live system, whatever. Oops. The only other idea I have is that 0 to 100, but that's not going to be it. I think I guess for what I need to do, first I need to make sure I have, this is how it worked. But this is how it worked before going to the, whenever that router is forwarded to the Windows XP 7 machine, that's the IP address I use right there. It works. That's the way it should be working now. Only difference is that router is forwarded into a different machine right now. Because I changed the way the IP, I did a static IP for that other machine. Okay. But I think my real problem is that I still don't have, went down in the memory usage a little bit. I still don't have VNC. I noticed that in the, I saw a VNC server app running when I was in Domain and got it working, and I don't have that happening here. Okay, so I'm going to close that and open it back up, because what I did was just, on the Domain, I just installed the apps I wanted and then opened up Krfb, and I was up and running. That's all I had to do. Maybe I was just lucky and had didn't read that stuff. Krfb not open. I'm seeing if it's going to tell me something like tell me how to get it started. Creating the default startup script. When I ran that VNC server command right after installing that stuff, it started it up. Okay. And then it says creating default startup script, root VNC startup, creating default config root. Okay. Starting application specified in root. So it started them. VNC X startup, but X startup, that kind of tells me maybe it's, there's a log file. That kind of tells me it's going to do it at startup. It says starting applications. Yeah, start in root VNC startup. So it seems like they should be running. Yeah, again, like I was saying before, you shouldn't have to go through all this command line junk just to get a couple of little apps running. That's what I ran to get that going. Okay. Can be run with no options. Start. Yeah, you can just run it with no options. Seems that it should be running VNC server list. That would tell me what's. Oh. X startup. What does X startup do? Run a custom script. Yeah, besides the normal one. Okay. Okay, so. But there's not going to be any connections, but let's see. Okay, there we go. Usage server geometry. Okay, that just kind of gave me a list of commands, really. This VNC server is used to start VNC server. Simplifies the process. It runs XVNC with appropriate options, starts window manager on the VNC desktop. So it should all be up and running. Okay, it's doing something. Okay. New local host, love 2. Looks like I've got it running twice now is what it looks like. Yep. Well, let's go see if I can connect to it. I may have more routing issues still, but I do not see anything that says VNC anything, or Tiger VNC is the name of it. I don't see anything Tiger. And the other day when I had Vino running in Debian, well, I didn't have to start Vino. I installed it and then opened up the Krfb app. I won't try again to open up Krfb yet. Make sure, what all do I have running here? Okay. Okay, I don't have Krfb running. Okay, so go over here to this. I know this can be done. No, I don't know that it can be done in the live system like this. I actually don't. So, but it just seems like everything should be about lined up and it should work. Okay, won't work. Of course, I'm not connecting to it the way I did before through that XP machine. It could be my routing, and like I may have just found out what it is. I may need to. Okay, that's just sitting there, not. But I don't want to be using up all my memory there. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and close that. I may need to do those port forwarding things, but I still don't see why. If I can go to my Windows 7 machine, why can't I go to this one, since it's going to the same through the same router and everything? I think I'm just missing something here. Okay, so I think I'll go back here. Okay, so what I think I'll just go ahead and do is what I said. If I can't get the VNC to work, then I'll just do it like this with the camera on the monitor. At least I'll be getting a video of doing it. It'll be, blurry and you can't read it, but I'm going to be narrating. Unless my voice is... I keep doing that. I keep trying for hours to do all this other VNC stuff, and then I wear myself out. My voice and everything else. And I'm getting where I just want to get it done. Okay, so I know I'm going to the right... I'm actually getting tired and confusing myself, but I believe I do see one thing that might make it work. I suppose I could try that. I guess I'm from that close. Okay, I'm going to do it like this. You can see me in the laptop, but I'm not going to show the work I'm doing because it's in my personal network here and parts that I don't think I want to show. that kind of threw me off when I saw that odd machine name. But I will look, especially if it's still there. I'm pretty sure that you know, it's just that other laptop. But okay, so I'm not showing my desktop. All right, sorry, but this, maybe I'll show it in a minute, but right now I think maybe I shouldn't. All right. Here we go. Okay, new. Okay. See if I did it right. Yeah, I believe it did. Okay. I don't think I need that, but we'll try it. Okay. Okay. Don't know that that's really anything to worry about showing, but just in case. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back to this screencast. It didn't take long at all, actually. Nope, I didn't think it was going to help. Okay, so that didn't do anything. So let's get back the way it was. Okay, so I'm going to undo what I just did. It's not going to help me. Okay. Don't think I would have. Wait. Oh, make sure that NAT is enabled. Make sure. Yeah. It says make sure that NAT is enabled for your virtual servers to take effect, and they are. It is. NAT firewall. Okay. So, yeah, that didn't do anything. I forwarded that port to that. Forwarded the VNC port, but it didn't make any difference. I didn't think it would make any difference. That just makes it automatic. That's all it does. So, let's go back to that one more time. But I believe I'm at a standstill again. You think you're so close, but you're really so far. Okay. I have everything installed that I think I would need. Yeah, when you type VNC, it doesn't find it, but Krfb, I have that installed. Yeah, I need to put those libs in there automatically. Tiger VNC is installed. I could try running the update. That's the only thing I haven't tried ever during all this time. I'm going to go ahead and risk shutting down the web browser to get, well, I mean, yeah, there it went. It shut just fine. I want to get some of this stuff out of memory. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is There should be more updates than that. There was more updates than that. It seems to be. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Where's the button to select all? I certainly don't want to have to. Usually I just do a Yelm update anyway. Not that many. I think it's not showing. Well, I don't see it. See, like I said, this is not I don't use the DNF one because I don't like it. A lot of reasons here why. I don't see where you select. Tell it to select all. That doesn't do it. Groups, history, queue. Yeah, you can look through groups. That might be what it is I need to do to find more apps. I'm part of it, going through those groups, but I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I finally got the one on Fedora 23. Oh, it worked. Okay. Click that plus and it selects them all. Okay, I'm going to hit do it. Before I completely give up, I want to try doing this update. It may fill up the memory on this thing. I don't know. We'll see. It shouldn't take too long, I hope, unless it's like 300 megabytes. If it is, I'm just going to shut the thing down. I'm not going to sit here for 30 minutes. But should do it okay. Sometimes when things need updating, they're just not going to work till they get updated. Especially on a brand new system like that, when there may be a while since the ISO was made, and it really needs those updates to work right. So we'll just let it run. I'm actually over here on my other machine, but I'll just let it show the laptop. Unless I decide to show something. Oh, okay. I can use my... It's asking you, do you want to do all this? See if it tells you how much. It's not a whole lot. My stuff is getting in my way. Okay, let it work. And normally you wouldn't ever need to do updates on a live system. The doorbell did ring, and I don't even know for sure if everybody's here. Let me look out the window while that's working. Can't get my chair back in its place. My chair wheels are wearing out. They don't want to turn the right direction. Okay, so no, it was just a mail. It was a package. Okay. Let me put my stuff back on that other machine, the one that's updating. Okay, I can't. Yeah, I'm to the point again to where I just can't think of anything else to try. After this, I think it's done. Is it really done? It says packages to update. Have I got another question it's asking me? Maybe you have to hit the wheels again, the gears. Yep, apply pending applications. This is really a weird. What, when they have applications working really well for years, why do they want to jack them all up to where they're hard to figure out how to make them run? None of this stuff is logical in these newer GUIs. And everything used to be. It was one thing I loved about Linux when I first got on. I'm going to keep going about that Genome 2 desktop. Everything was logical. You could figure it out just by looking at it, reading it, and trying it out. And now they use weird icons and put things in weird places. And so, but you don't want to keep the old operating systems because they quit. You know, when they quit getting updates. Okay, there are some errors. Something to do with DNF, daemon, SE Linux. I think that's the only thing. And those are all errors. Okay, so it may not even go. The update probably won't work. Usually I always do my first update by, well, used to. For some reason would always work better. Yeah, it didn't work. Won't do it. This is what will usually happen on your first update. So there you go. If you want to run an update in a brand new system, and since it's live, it may not work at all, but I'll go ahead and go DNF. Oh, first I need to do SU for sudo DNF update. And one good thing about doing it that way is it'll tell you everything that's happening. The other thing is, this is the way it usually will, only way it will usually even work. Oh, 836 megabytes, and I hit enter. I hit yes and enter, just as that's what I always do. But see, that's going to be too much for how much. I don't have that much memory left in here, and it's already started. So that's why I didn't want to do it. I mean, you need to be installed to do that. It's fast. It really wouldn't take all that long. It may lock it up. I mean, I could hurry up and try to make it quit, but might as well just see what happens, I guess. But now that's not gonna make it, because if I don't want to open up another app and just give it more, take away more memory. But what I remember is we were, you know, of our 2.9 gig of memory, we were at. Okay, let's see what it says. Oh, read-only file system errors and stuff anyway, so it's not going to do it. It'll probably save me from locking the system up. So yeah, you can't even do that anyway. The var cache DNF expired repos. Okay, so you can't. That's fine. Okay, so I can't get it to work. I got it to work in Debian, but I can't get it to work in Fedora 25. I've done it in other versions of, you know, running the VNC remote desktop. I've done that in other versions of Fedora. So I'm going to have to, I'm looking through here to make sure I didn't miss it and it's not already running. I just think I just can't get it to, I'm just not figuring out what it is I need to do to make it run. Although it said it was running. There's Krfb, it says it's running. Oh, so if it's running, it should be, well, it's just not showing up because the desktop itself is, there's things in the desktop that are crashing. And that'll happen a lot with a brand new Fedora system. And then once you install it, everything's fine. It says it's sleeping and it's running. That's why nothing happened when I tried to open it. I might be able to say, let's see, a lot of times you can say show the app. Stop process, continue process. No. Okay, I think one, I just want to make sure there wasn't anything with VNC in it. Not that I see. Alright, I'm going to say in process. You don't have to kill it if it'll go down naturally. Okay, now let's try opening it up again from after it's closed. Maybe there it goes. Okay, I think it did change that password. It doesn't have the that in there again. Didn't save it. So let's do that. Okay, now I'll put my password in there that I want. But see, that doesn't, I had kind of thought that opening that started the VNC app, but it doesn't. It just sets it up for you. the password and stuff. Okay, but I'll go try, but I don't think I can get in here still. It worked in the Bane though. Didn't have to do anything. What I did with the Bane is, did I not? I don't remember if I saw Vino in this one or not. Anyway, I installed Vino, I think, or did I already do that? Now I'm really tired, aren't I? I installed Vino in the Bane and installed Krfb, and it worked. That was all I had to do. Okay, let's go to desktop. Okay. 0 to 101. Same old, same old. All right, so let's stay here. Okay, so give up. What I'll do is go back to my desktop. I'm gonna let's just see how my stream's doing. What I'll do is shut this down in this Lollapalooza video of nothingness here, and I don't know what that means, but it just seemed appropriate. I don't even know what Lollapalooza means. I just know it was a big music concert over the years. So, just something big and grand, I suppose. Anyway, my big grand nothingness, trying to get that to work. It just, when I want something to work, I want to make it work. And then if I can't make it work, I get aggravated. So, there we go. So anyway, I'm going to shut him down and reboot, and then I will just actually do the install. It only takes 30 minutes to an hour to do a complete install of Fedora 25. And I've done days of trying to get this VNC to work just so I can make a nice clear video. But I mean, it's not horrible. It's not. I can't do any higher resolution on the camera than that. I mean, it will do. That's 720p, but that's all I can stream back to my desktop because that's all the phones can do, you know. And so I'll just do that, and I'll go ahead and try to watch the install just go and give me all kinds of trouble. But I think I'll go ahead and do that and try to get that install done. Still may run into trouble with all the old systems, Windows 7 and the Fedora. I might have to manually partition that. So, which Gparted comes with Fedora 20, Fedora now ever since 23 or before. So that's what I like to use to do that with. So if I have to do it, I'll show that, I guess. Because I wanted to show it clearly, but I can't. So I'll do that, and then if I ever do figure out how to make that work, if I do a domain system, I can do it in there. Or if I decided to do a Fedora 25 32-bit system, I could show it that way. But I don't. That's not what I want. I don't want the 32-bit on that laptop. I want the 64-bit. So, watch me get it on there, and even after it's installed, it keeps running badly, and I have to go back to 32-bit. But we'll see. There's a lot of apps that aren't even available in 32-bit anymore, so I want to go to 64-bit if I possibly can. Okay, so we will go to the little old, doesn't really matter how you do it, but I'm just going to go ahead and shut it down from the system. Shut down. And leave the USB stick in there, and it'll be ready for when I get ready to reboot. And we'll just come back in a little bit. I need a break anyway. I'm going to come back and do my install, and then maybe some other time I'll get to make a better video with VNC. Can always, like I said, I can do it on 32-bit or I can do it on the Bane. I know that. And I probably will be putting the Bane on one of these older machines pretty soon. So, and I've got everything all set up. So, my voice is hoarse, but maybe I'll take a little break here and maybe it'll recover a little bit. Why do I have two cameras? I was looking at my control. You can't see that anyway. My control interface. Okay. This is done, and I'll come back in a little bit, and I'll just do my Fedora 25 install with the camera pointing at the laptop because I can't get VNC to work on Fedora 25 64-bit. All right.